Hello, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome to Introduction to Business. This is a series that we've been going on, and today we'll be discussing Chapter 15, Distribution System within the business channel. So make sure you pull out your concept maps or mind maps, whatever you want to call them, out of the blackboard because this course is tied in conjunction with course management system, Blackboard course management system. So let's talk about distribution system. Before we go into the distribution system, let's talk about what a market and intermediaries are. A market intermediaries are individuals who provide a function so a business doesn't have to. I'm a farmer. I like to farm, but I don't like to sell my product. So I basically produce my product, I sell it to a wholesaler. He or she will buy from me in bulk, and they'll either package it, clean it up, whatever, and sell it to another producer. That producer will do other things to it. Each step within the channel, there's a charge. It's like a mini outsourcing charge. So it moves businesses. So if I'm looking at the official definition, organization that assists in moving goods and services. So I don't have to do it. If I look at the UPS or FedEx, they're intermediaries. I, as a small business owner, I want to sell to you, and you want to buy from me, but I don't have any way to get it to you, so I utilize UPS or FedEx. So they're an intermediary for a charge. If I'm Walmart, and Walmart basically has their own distribution system, so that's how they can minimize the cost because they don't have to pay an outside person because they can control that aspect of the channel. If you notice on the road, they have their own trucks, they have everything else, so they'll ship from, and it makes sense for them because they also have Sam's Club, so they'll go directly to the warehouse or a producer and ship it directly to their stores as needed. Okay, so they're basically a middleman or a middlewoman, for lack of better words. So you have wholesalers, retailers, non-stores, agent, and brokers. All these are individuals within the channel. If I, as a store, could minimize any of these channels, eliminate them, because I could do it myself as part of my operation, I could retain the cost. But if the costs by me doing it doesn't make sense because somebody else, that's their business or their expertise, and they could ship it at a lower cost than I could ship it with my own trucks, then I'd utilize that. You see what I mean? So remember, it makes sense. When you eliminate a part of the channel, it only makes sense if you could reduce your overall expenses. Okay, so now the major part of this chapter that's going to be important for your feasibility study are the 6 types of distributions. And they're what the intermediaries do. The wants, and when I look at the 6 parts, and we'll go into each one individually, but it's form, time, place, possession, and information. All right, those are the 6 main types of utilities. And that's the concept that you'll learn when you take a full-blown economic class. We did chapter 2 and economics, well, just a quick overview. When you take macro or microeconomics, you'll basically learn more about the different utilities and how it helps within the economic systems. Okay, so let's go into the first one, form. Changes raw material into useful products. Producers generally provide a form utility. Starbucks makes coffee the way the customers want it. I can make my own coffee at home. I got a coffee machine and everything else, but it's still not the same like going to Starbucks. But I could make it cheaper or a lesser price at home. But if I go on the road, I don't want to make the coffee, I only want 1 cup. It makes more sense for me to go into Starbucks and they'll make the coffee for me, give me all my creamers, sugars, and flavors, and everything I want. I don't have to clean up the mess. I don't have to worry about coffee beans. I pay a higher price, but I pay a higher price for them to do the work for me. Do you see me? So if and they charge me a little bit more. Charge me a lot more, but they charge a little bit more for changing the coffee beans that I could purchase myself into the coffee that I actually drink. Okay, and the next one is when I look at the next utility, and see, and this one makes sense when you're looking at your business operation or your feasibility. What form are you changing? What are you doing? and how could I minimize that? Okay, so the next one's time. From a consumer, do I go into the store and buy the product, or do I buy it online? Online takes me a little bit longer. When I go in the store, I could get it the same day if they had the product within the store. But you have to understand what time. It's going to take me time to get out of my house, drive the car, and all this. All this. A lot of times when we buy in the store, we forget the time that we have to get there. If I'm already going to the store and picking something else up, so I can minimize my time or offset the time or distribute that time cost. Remember, because if I look at my time, oh, I'm not paying myself anything. But yes, you are. I mean, your time is valuable. You have been spending watching TV, but now you're driving to buy coffee to make your own coffee beans. Okay, so Walgreens is open 24 hours a day, and they utilize the time. So from a consumer point, I could go and get my medication, everything else, any time of the day. It's open 24 hours a day. Okay. The next one you're going to look at a utility is place. Added value products by placing them where people want them. When you open up your own store, do I have it online or do I have it face to face? A lot of stores use a combination of virtual online sales or face to face. Yeah, I went to like a Bass and Pro and they didn't have the product I had, and so I'm going to walk out. So oh no, don't, Miss Mochocki, we'll ship it to you for free because we don't have it here. So let's come over here and because remember, if I walk into the store and they don't have my product and my time's of value, and most Americans, we want it now. If I walk in the store, so I'm going to leave the store, even if you give me a rain check, I will go to another store, your competitor, to get the same product. But if you could tie me in and saying, hey, we'll ship it to you within the next day, express, whatever, or even in 2 days, you don't have to drive anywhere else. You don't have to do anything else, and you'll have the product, and we won't charge you for the shipping fee because they'll put a code in right away because they don't want me to walk out of the store. They want me to walk out of the store as buying the product and already knowing that I'll have it within a day or two. Okay, so that's place. If you look at a bank, banks are all over, but ATMs are convenient. So no matter where I'm at, I could use an ATM. It doesn't have to be the ATM bank that I'm utilizing, but it is an ATM, so they pay a fee. If I look at USAA, it's where I have a lot of my banking. It's for the military. That came out of the military, so it's a military bank. You don't see any USSA bank. There is a major one someplace, but there isn't anyone locally. So how they work it, I could utilize everyone else's ATM machines, and when there's the $2 fee, USSA will pay that fee. I don't even see that fee. It's already the transaction fee because I'm a non-member. They'll pay it. But in the long run, look how much money they're saving. They don't have to have the facilities. I could do everything else at the ATM. You know what I mean? So basically, to them, it's a money saving. To me, it gives me all the ATM, all the banks, any bank ATM out there. Availability. So it does. To me, I like that. I like the shopping that way or banking that way. If I have to, I could go into the bank. Now, possession utility. If I look at possession utility, this is what the charge cards used to do. I don't have the money, so I will basically pay for it by a debit card or a credit. They want me to take possession now. And possession, if I look at car dealers offer loans so you could get to, I don't have the money, but take the possession utility. And what happens is, because the bank will supply the capital and I pay the bank. By utilizing the Visa or MasterCard for possession to get the customer, buy now, you have to take this now, otherwise the sale's over. What ends up happening is that I don't have to, when the bill comes, they forget that they purchased it from me. They're just upset with Visa, MasterCard, or whatever bank that's paying the bill. So I basically allow them to take possession through the credit and everything else through the pricing situation. All right? So that takes care of my possession utility. The next one is information. Opens up two-way information between marketing participant. If I look at the online is a good way for information. So I could pass information back and forth. If I log into my online site at my business and all of a sudden I'm looking at something, all of a sudden you get like an avatar individual. They just pop up and say, hello, there's nothing on it, it's just a screen say, could we help you now? We have a live person right now that will talk to you to help you make that, you have any questions, any information. Or you have your website. All businesses should have some website because it gives you basic information about your product, your pricing, when you're open, your delivery dates, your fee, every information, all the information that you need is in that this utility information. So remember, your website should be fairly professional because this is where customers are going to compare one competitor over another competitor. And it's not for the convenience, because more for the shopping good. Items that I'm going to pay like $100, $200, make sure I have the right price. And that's where you have Amazon, eBay, and everything else. They kind of provide that not only possession, utility, time. They give me everything else all in one package, for lack of better words. All right. Now the next thing you're looking at service utility. Service utility is basically my warranty, provides services during and after sales, teaches customers how to best use the project. Apple offers classes to help computer buyers after you buy it, to give you short YouTube or short videos. If you look at the Blackboard course this chapter is connected with, it also has utility or short video clips to help the user understand how to use this without reading all the information. All right? Now, retailers. You have a general information. Retailers giving general information. Top line retailers. Let's see what I have here for top line. I have real quickly. eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Target, Netflix. Those are my top line, which the book identified as your top line retailer. Fastest growing retail categories. And it's video games, because people like to be entertained, home and garden, event and consumer electronic. Because you already did a lot of the information, so you already know, there's not much you could look at and say, hey, is this computer better than this one? You've done all that through the information utility that businesses have provided for its customers. Okay, now if I look at the retail distribution channel, you have Intense. Intense, if I look at puts product as many retail outlets as possible, including vending machines. So they're everywhere. You look pop all over, okay? The next one will be selective. Selective is if I'm looking user preferred groups available to retailers in certain area. The red box, they're trying to be kind of intense, but they're only in certain areas that will allow them to have the red box. Exclusive distribution is only one retailer in a given market. If I look at LL Bean, they're out here, but there's only very few of them. They're not all over. If I look at Walgreens, they're like rabbits. They're everywhere. So they would be more of an intense distribution center. Okay, selective may be like a Target superstore or a Walmart superstore. Okay, so now forms of non-store retailing. Remember, you want to have as many channels that make sense for your operation that will generate business, bring customers to you, but still makes it profitable. Not always, okay? So electronic retailing, telemarketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing. If I look at multi-level marketing, you basically bring in a contractor in there. Direct marketing, again, a lot of times when you see toll-free numbers or not unavailable, mostly toll-free numbers, they are direct marketing, trying to stimulate sales. So I pay somebody else to do my marketing for me, so they at least qualify the customer. It's for a more ticket item that you like golf, that you're interested in a computer, that you want to do a cruise or something else. Okay, so that's the non-form retailing. Now, what online sites need? E-commerce websites, convenient to return policy, very important if you want them to use your product. Remember, I'm buying it, I already went in the store and saw it, and then I went online because I don't need it right away, but I'm looking at the different utility. If I'm waiting 2 or 3 days, what's that cost? If it's 2 or 3 days and it reduces by $100, I'll wait to 2 or 3 days if I don't need the part right away. But if I need the part right away, even the the online distributor will give me an option. You want it next day? For $40, we'll ship it to you the next day. It'll be delivered on the same day within 24 hours. But I don't need it. If I need it in 24 hours, I'll go to the store on that, okay? So you got supply chain management, supply chain, and supply chains link all activities to move goods and services. Supply chain management is basically a process. You have a management because my operation is so large that I have a certain department, a functionality that makes sure that they're always looking for the best costs of shipping my goods. Now, if you look at the UPS, the United States Postal Service, they're in competition with UPS and FedEx. But what they're trying to do is say, if it's shipped in this box for $10.99, if you can put it in this box, this is we guarantee you with 24 hours. From a small business perspective, hey, that makes good sense for me. I don't have to worry about it. Anything I can fit in a box, they have smaller boxes, I don't have to worry about my distribution, and they'll track it, they'll tag it, and they'll do a lot of information for me for a minimum cost. Okay, so that's part of my distribution system. And now the logistics, inbound materials handling, outbounds, reverse logistics, freight forwarder. All these are concepts. I'm not going to stress on you. Some of you, if you're really going to go into business or a larger operation, then you would take operational management courses. There's several ones that goes into detail. This just gives you a quick overview so you at least understand the different logistic terminology. So when you're dealing with UPS, you're dealing with FedEx, you understand, or you're dealing or shipping overseas, so you understand what does it mean to freight forward, or all right, or when do I pay? Okay, so and some of the stuff we'll get information. I don't want to confuse this chapter in this introduction to business, because remember, like I said before, it's just giving a general overview. The one thing I want you to be really focused on is the utilities, because this makes sense for your operation, because this is going to be part of your marketing strategy. This is going to be part of your feasibility. Where's my warehouses? How I'm going to distribute. If I'm an auto parts dealer, a repair garage, a regular garage that repairs cars, I could say we'll work on all cars and make. And when I look at it and say work on all cars, it's a little garage. I look in there, you have a few fan belts. How do you do it? You bring the car in the morning, and I look at it. I know what to repair I have to do. I will call Lee Autos or some of the other dealers that basically only work as a distribution. They'll deliver to me the same day if I call them in before 10 o'clock. But the thing I have to look out for is the location of the warehouse. Okay? So this is basically what you're looking at on Chapter 15, the distribution. And a lot of this ties into more like operational management, but you have to be aware as a small business owner, a medium business owner, the logistic, the arm of this, okay? So we have everything we have in here. So again, my name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Chapter 15, distribution, and different distribution channels, and talking about time, place, utility, possession, and information utility, which is a economic concept. And we'll see you for the next series. Will be Chapter 16.